Star Wars is soon to reveal the state of the galaxy after the sequel trilogy. And here are the biggest and most exciting theories about Rey's new Jedi Order. It's been 6 years since Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, and the future of the galaxy is still something of a mystery. Still, we're about to get some major clues. Several upcoming Star Wars movies will flesh out more details. Sean Levy's Starfighter is set 5 years after The Rise of Skywalker. Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy is working on a new Jedi Order movie, and Simon Kinberg is writing an entire trilogy. But what will the future look like? Here are the most exciting theories about Rey's new Jedi Order going forwards. Rey's Jedi Order has the potential to be unlike anything we've seen before. She doesn't know much about the prequel-era Jedi. Instead, she's learning from ancient Jedi texts that predate even Master Yoda. That means there's no reason. It's worth noting that The Force Awakens set Rey up to possess a unique force power known as psychometry, when she can touch an object and perceive glimpses of the past. That means she can learn the truth in an experiential way, perceived through the Force, rather than merely by reading arcane texts. This could even serve as a bridge between Rey's new Jedi Order and another movie in the works, James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi. Set 25,000 years before the Skywalker saga, this will reveal the origin of the Force itself. And there's no reason Rey couldn't learn these lessons too. Have you noticed the repeated pattern woven through Jedi history? Time and again, the Jedi establish a new Jedi temple that ultimately becomes a target. At its worst, the Jedi temple on Coruscant actually became something of a problem for the Jedi. It became the main temple, keeping the Jedi separate from the galaxy they served and protected. This wasn't always the case, though. During the High Republic era, the Jedi ran smaller temples on any planet they settled on. Could Rey go one step further and choose not to have a main temple at all, instead encouraging the Jedi to be decentralized? Tying into this, it's entirely possible Rey could decide not to have a Jedi Council at all. There's always been an odd tension in the structure of the Jedi. Individual Jedi are supposed to be sensitive to the guidance of the Force, and yet they were frequently constrained and coordinated by the Jedi Council. There have historically been some Jedi who separated from the Council's command, known as Wayseekers. It's exciting to imagine a scenario where Rey establishes an entire order of Wayseekers, Jedi who can operate independently and who serve only the will of the Force. That would protect from the compromises that come with political power, making Rey's Jedi unique. John Boyega's Finn was undoubtedly one of the sequel trilogy's greatest disappointments, a missed opportunity whose true potential was only ever hinted at. The Force Awakens marketing seemed to suggest the ex-stormtrooper would wind up wielding a lightsaber, but his story ended only with the revelation that he is indeed a Force-sensitive. Daisy Ridley is keen for Boyega's return. One way to redeem Finn would be to reintroduce him as a Jedi Master in this bold new era, a former apprentice of Rey's who could be an honored teacher. We can only hope Mbalia's The Last Order helps set this up. Naomi Ackie's Janna was introduced in The Rise of Skywalker, one of a company of former First Order stormtroopers who'd spontaneously put down their weapons because they sensed right from wrong and resisted dark side brainwashing. There were deliberate parallels between Janna. If this theory is correct, then Janna and her former stormtroopers were able to resist the First Order's brainwashing because they have the Force. That means they could be the first recruits in Rey's new Jedi Order, an entire group of Jedi who have known light and dark, who once served the First Order and are now bound to the light. Or will they? Rey was part of a Force dyad, a unique vergence binding two souls together. Ray Carson's novelization of The Rise of Skywalker subtly hinted that a Force dyad requires both light and dark in a scene where Palpatine considers it. Their bond, refined in the fire of mutual searching, shared grief, rage and hate, but also of compassion and empathy, was the one thing he had not foreseen. This means Rey is, by nature, aware of the power of both light and dark. Indeed, there's some evidence the first Jedi were servants of balance, acknowledging both aspects of the Force, and Rey could choose to reform the Jedi around that principle.